Welcome everyone. Today we have with us Mr. Alok Datta, founder and CEO of Alchemist Solutions. Alchemist Solutions is a consulting and outsourcing company and develops technology products for the banking and financial services industry. Hello sir, I would like you to introduce yourself please.
Like you mentioned, my name is Alok Datta, and I have been in financial services for over 3 decades now, about 32 years. Started my career way back in the 90s with Bank of America, and then spent over a decade with GE Capital. And all of this was in the financial services space. As a matter of fact, as part of the GE Capital, I was based out of US managing a mortgage business. And that's where I got in-depth knowledge about the mortgage industry. Last year, I started the Alchemist Solutions. So been around for a significant amount of time in CXO roles and excited to be here with you.
Thank you sir. So I have a few questions which I'd like to ask you. According to
Sure.
you, what does it mean to be a CEO of an organization? What do you think are the duties and responsibility of a CEO in a firm?
CEO generally stands for Chief Executive Officer, but in my mind, CEO stands for Chief Everything Officer. All work comes and stops at the CEO. And that role evolves and changes as the organization evolves. During a startup phase, a CEO is expected to dirty his hands or her hands, get into the details, both on the delivery side and on the client management side. As you start to grow, one of the most important pieces that a CEO has is to create a strategic vision for the organization and then hire the right talent. Because as the organization starts to grow, a CEO cannot do everything himself or herself. He or she needs to have a team of people who he or she can trust and create an atmosphere of empowerment where they go out and deliver the vision that he shared. So that's the key role. So if you were to look at three key pillars for an organization, it's delivery, client management, and financial management. A CEO has to ensure that all these are taken care of and has to continue to think 5 years out, 10 years out. You always have teams who are looking at 6 months, 3 months, 1 year, but a CEO needs to have a longer term vision and then have the agility and ability to execute on that vision. So long-winded answer, but those are some of the key responsibilities that I see for a CEO to have.
So, what message would you like to give to young students who aspire to become entrepreneurs themselves in the future?
Today, if you look at the business atmosphere in India, it encourages entrepreneurship. So there are more and more opportunities that are coming their way. But I think it's also important to understand that it's a very lonely journey. An entrepreneur is expected to do most of those things himself or herself again. And unlike a CEO, an entrepreneur doesn't even have a team to begin with. He has to build that team. I think the other piece that an entrepreneur needs to have is extreme amount of positive motivational mindset for himself or herself. It's like digging a well and drinking water from it every day. So you go out, you hunt, you work, and most days are frustrating. Most days you don't win, but one day you win. And when you win big. And that's why it's important to stay in the race, in the hunt for doing what's expected. I'll give you an example, and that analogy may help explain this. The Chinese bamboo tree, you have to water it continuously for 5 years and it does not grow an inch. And then in next 5 weeks, it grows 90 feet. Now, just that's mind boggling when I read about it. You have to continue to keep working, keep working, keep working. And then suddenly one day the plant starts to take shape. And then within 5 weeks, you see a 90-foot tree come out. The point I'm making is that it's a lot of hard work, but you need to stay motivated and stay committed to the cause. We're living in a world where there is huge amount of volatility and uncertainty. You cannot imagine that this is the only way to do things, and I will continue doing this and I'll fight success. So you need to be nimble, you need to keep changing your tactics while your strategy stays constant. The other piece that I would mention is that an entrepreneur needs to have a problem solving mindset. If you kind of hit a wall and don't have answers to it, you will not be successful. So you need to have a mindset where you're open, you're curious, you're always looking at new things and solving problems. So yeah, that's my message to the youngsters who are wanting to go on this journey.
Thank you, sir. It was a pleasure meeting you today.
Thank you. Good luck, Aarav.